Hey guys, what is up? It is Amy Miller, and it's been like 6 months since I've posted a video. So I thought I would get on here quick and kind of give you an update. It's been an eventful 6 months. The video series of me doing all these videos has always been about my health, and there's been some changes, and so I figured I'd just come on. So the last video I did was in October, October 22nd, I think. And the scale has kind of stayed the same since then. It's like I can't seem to lose the last like 5 pounds I want to get to the next milestone, but I'm getting there. I'm trying to make better choices. Once January hit, I started working out like 4 or 5 days a week, usually on the treadmill, at least for 30 minutes. Sometimes I do it for a set amount of time, and sometimes I do it for a set amount of mileage. Like yesterday, it was 30 minutes, and I got in just under a mile and a half because I did the programming on the treadmill. Whatever, one of the runs that they have. And sometimes I just binge watch Grey's Anatomy and walk on the treadmill and walk for 3 miles. So I do feel that my body is changing. So the scale is not quite showing the changes I want, but physically I can see the changes. Like the curves of my hips are, of my waist are more pronounced. My tatas and my hips are bigger than my waist now. So there's progress. I'm not going to get down on myself. I used to beat myself up so much. So much. And I'm just done doing that. In February, I had a health scare and I ended up in the ER. I actually thought I was having a heart attack. My neck, my shoulder, all the way down my arm was numb. When it started going up into my face, that's when I was really worried. It was a lot of pain. And so I had my son take me to the hospital. They kept me for overnight observation and left me with all of these like cholesterol medication and baby aspirin to fight off heart attack and all these things. But there was nothing wrong with my heart. Like, they're like, well, we don't see anything wrong. All your labs are coming back fine, but we're going to give you all this medication. And part of the issue is last year, my dad had open heart surgery because he had heart issues. Around that same time, my brother, who's a year younger than me, had a heart attack and didn't know it. He didn't know it until he had a stress test and things. So there is a family history. And so they were concerned. That all happened like on a Saturday, going to the emergency room and being admitted overnight. And so on Monday morning, I went to my chiropractor, and we realized that it was actually a pinched nerve in my neck. My neck is showing arthritis. There are bone spurs. And I believe it was grocery shopping, getting dog and cat food that day. Cat food is like 30 pounds for the bag, and dog food is like 50 pounds for the bag. And I hoisted them into the Jeep and went about my day. And when I went to sit down that night, something about the way I was sitting just tweaked it just right. So with chiropractic care, that got better. They did still have me do a stress test. And I did that. I passed with flying colors. But they still wanted me on these medications for down the road. You know, there's nothing wrong with you now, but we want you to be on these medications for down the road. And anybody who knows me knows that I hate taking medicine. I don't even like taking ibuprofen. I do take a multivitamin in the mornings. But other than that, I'm not a medicine fan. Right now, my throat is sore and I'm not feeling so well. I'm going to go get me some Verner's or some hot tea. Like, that's just how I am. So I stopped taking the medicine. There was an issue. It was supposed to be refilled. There was a glitch or whatever. I didn't get the medicine to continue, so I just stopped taking it and decided to make different choices. I don't put sugar in my coffee anymore. I might do a little bit of creamer, but I put cinnamon because cinnamon's really good for your cholesterol. I also started taking omega-3 fish oil tablets in the morning because that's really good for cholesterol. I continue to get on the treadmill and move my body. I mean, the 2 weeks that I did not work out until I got cleared, because I was petrified. I mean, I legit thought I had a heart attack. It was awful. So once I could get on the treadmill, I got back at it. I drink more water. I only drink pop once a week, if that. I am making better choices, and I do feel better. So I know I'm going to get there. I know I'm going to hit my goals. I'm not going to be down on myself, or it breaks my heart to look back at videos and to just see how sad and broken I was. I mean, I can look at this video and I can see, like, you can see more of my jawbones. You can see my dimples more when I smile. Physically, I can see the differences in me, but there's a huge difference on me on the inside. I had to go through some stuff, man, and you will never have overall health and wellness unless you deal with your stuff. And I don't even mean on the outside. It truly is an internal thing. For those of you who know, I have said it before, I have struggled with anxiety and depression. And last year, I ended a relationship and just wanted to be single. And then towards the end of the year, I got involved with somebody who seemed like a great guy, and it didn't turn out the way I had hoped. But I also got to see that I put up walls, and I'm not always forthcoming with things. And I'm not that I'm a liar or anything, but it's hard for me to let people in. So, I'm learning and I'm growing and I'm trying to be my best self. And I don't know if that situation will ever turn around or not, but I know going forward, I have to let my walls down a little bit. I'm just really not ready. Right now, my focus is making sure that I'm taking care of myself and getting ready. It's going to be a crazy 2 months coming up. This year's just been crazy, y'all. In January, we found out that my mom, who has 6 siblings, actually has 7 siblings. We found out through Ancestry.com that there was an uncle no one knew about, and it's been an amazing blessing. Even now, months later, when I think about him, I just get all weepy. Like, I'm just so blessed and thankful. He's just a wonderful man, and his beautiful wife and their kids, his daughter and I have become like best friends. We were talking every day. But now, life gets kind of hectic, so it might be every couple of days. But we talk multiple times a week. Our first phone conversation was 3 hours long. It was just crazy, and but it's just such a blessing, God works in mysterious ways, and there was healing that needed to be done within our family, and some of it's taken place, and old wounds are hard, but it's just the majority, we're looking at this as an absolute blessing. And I can't wait to meet my cousin Melissa. She lives in Florida. I've not been able to meet her yet, but my Uncle Max, he's just something. So yeah, January I get a new uncle. February I think I have a heart attack. By March I start to kind of bring things around. In April, we went on spring break. It was my first spring break, actually going away with my son and my sister's family and my parents. We went to North Myrtle Beach, which I totally loved. We'll totally go again. North Myrtle Beach, not just Myrtle Beach. It was more resort-like and condo-like, but I'm realizing I'm getting a little old, so that's kind of my vibe now. But I just loved it. And came home, and just situation with dating, whatever, kind of blew up and was what it was. And so I'm just focusing on me. And this month, this is the start of May. This weekend is prom. Next weekend, we go to the college to where my son's going to go and do orientation. He graduates in 30 days, May 31st. He graduates high school. The next day is his graduation party. I'm going to start crying again. And then 3 weeks after he graduates, he's off to college. He got the opportunity to start session early. So he's grabbing it, and I'm so super excited for him. And just life has been really busy. 2019 has just been mind-blowing on a lot of levels. But I know that there are so many great things ahead, and I'm super excited. I've been trying to work a little bit on getting my last book in my Another Shot at, or my Love in a Bar series out. The whole dealing with another person in a relationship had kind of messed with my brain, and not quite the energy I want to be writing with, but I'm going to get there. I've just really learned to just be nice to myself and love myself and listen to myself. You know, when I do the treadmill, sometimes I'm running and sometimes I'm walking and sometimes I'm taking it slow, and sometimes I just want to sit on the front porch, and sometimes I want to take a bubble bath. And you know, there are days where it's okay to just chill in bed all day, because sometimes you just need that rest. And I was really up in my head about some things, and it was just exhausting. So, you know, I gave myself the time to rest and move forward and know everything's going to work out. And so I guess really this video is just a check-in. Let you know I'm still here. I'm still doing my thing. I'm still working at losing weight. You can see my funky tan line still from vacation. But yeah, life is what you make it. I've been doing Rachel Hollis, Girl Wash Your Face, Girl Stop Apologizing. I've been doing her life coaching this whole year, and it's really been helpful. But one of the things that's been super helpful for me, I get so caught up in where I want to be. Like, next year I want to move, so I'm looking at houses in the area I want to move to and the things I want to do, and I get so caught up in the future that I don't always focus on today. So she has this thing called the Start Journal, and I didn't buy it, but I kind of do it myself in this notebook. And essentially you list 5 things you're grateful for, 10 dreams you made happen, like dreams you want, but you write them as if they've already happened, and the one thing you're going to work on first. And I've always been a goal person. I've always been goal oriented. So for me to think of 5 things I'm grateful for, that's not hard. I mean, I've always tried to be grateful. One thing I do put down that I'm grateful for, and I chose to do it, and I will continue to choose to put it down, because it makes me stop and look at today and be thankful. And that's, I'm thankful for the life I have in this moment. Not the life I want to live, not the perfection or the awesomeness that I think is ahead, but just in this moment. In this moment, my car, there's transmission issues. It's in the shop. I don't know how much it's going to cost. I've got to pay and figure out how to pay for college for my son. There's all these things, but in this moment, there's so much goodness too. So much goodness. So, and then when I think of the dreams I want to make happen, you know, I'm realizing I used to have these massive dreams, and I'm realizing, you know, if I can get some books out and write some books, I've got a damn good life. I have worked very hard to have the life I have. And these tears are not like crying because I worked so hard. I'm just so fucking proud of myself. Like, the Amy that y'all have seen in videos over the years, she was so broken and so hurt and just hard on herself. And, you know, I don't always get it right, and I will never always get it right. But that's part of the process and part of the journey. And so when I think of the thing that I accomplish first, of all these things I want to accomplish, I just want to love myself and know that I'm doing the best I can. And some days I'm going to knock it out of the park, and some days I'm going to suck. But every day I'm going to try to learn, and that, God's got a plan so much bigger than I have for myself. When these doors shut, yeah, it hurts. Telling someone you love them and not getting that back, like finally letting someone in and giving those feelings and not getting it reciprocated, that hurts. But I also have to look at, that obviously isn't the person for me then. And God's got someone that's going to love me back as I am, who doesn't expect me to be something different. And that's always been the case. I've always changed who I was to please other people, and I'm not doing that. Like, I know what I deserve. I know the kind of love I deserve, but mostly I know what I deserve from myself. I'm not going to find it in anybody else if I'm not giving it to myself. So I guess this long ass spiel is to come on here and just say, I don't know where you're at in your journey, but just love yourself in the moment. Love yourself today. I know it's hard. And then you want to beat yourself up because you didn't love yourself. You want to beat yourself up for those things, but you can't do that, baby girl or baby boy. You can't beat yourself up. You've got to let it go and know that today is it. This moment is all we've got. And just do the best with what you got. I know that the rest of the year is going to be bananas. I might try to do these videos more, maybe once a month. I do still weigh myself on the first of every month and do measurements and things. So maybe, June 1st, I'll try it again. Well, June 1st is my son's graduation party. So I should weigh myself before I eat all the yummy food that we're going to have. So, but I know my life is about to change in epic ways. I know my son's life is about to change in epic ways. He's off to start college. Like, I'm so freaking excited for him. I'm trying not to focus on the empty nester thing. I have a friend who rents my spare room from me for her and her two kids. They rent two of my rooms. And so, it's not like I'm totally alone, but it's that time in my life where it's like, oh my God, I can do whatever I want. I've always been able to do whatever I want, but as a mom, you always put your kids first. And now my kid is going to be living his own life, and it's like, oh my gosh, what do I want? What does Amy want for Amy? So it's going to be exciting. I know that there's going to be some struggles. There's going to be some victories, and I will try to do some more videos along the way, but I'm hitting the 18-minute mark. I'm going to shut up now. I hope y'all have a great day. Happy May Day, y'all.